Okay, everybody, we're now live. I'm gonna give YouTube a few minutes to let everybody know that we're here, to send out the notifications. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This right here, okay, everybody, we're now live. As a video, a video that I want to say first before I get started. I'm not trying to bash on anybody's religious belief or anything like that. It's not to do that to try to make light of somebody's religious belief. But I want to. This is something we need to address that I see quite a bit that goes on, and I've been seeing this for years now, for years and years and years, and it's one of the things that I actually had a slight problem with some ministers and other people, business owners, especially African American business owners. The advice that we give to aspiring entrepreneurs. Like I said, I'll give YouTube a few minutes. If you hadn't already, go to and you haven't already signed up for our course, go sign up for Appliance Bootcamp. You want to learn how to start your own appliance repair business. Not only do you get the appliance repair business, but you get the garage door business, you get the blender business, you get the dry vent cleaning business. You're gonna get the ice cream parlor business, and you're gonna get the right now I'm doing a gourmet popcorn. You're gonna get the gourmet popcorn business. Everything that I've done to make my money for the last 20 years, you're gonna get that. Anything I go forward making money, and not get it proven that it does work, the concept does work, you'll get that also. So I want to go ahead and if you hadn't already, join that, and you'll be good. Okay. Well, once again, I want to say before we get started, I'm not here to bash anybody religion or anything. But for years, I've heard people give that advice to people who want to become business owners, and people who are business owners, people doing interviews. And let me say this right here. This right here is one of these nights is going to be geared towards African American business owners, African Americans. This has not been like I say, race divide or anything, but as African Americans, we don't have a lot of business owners, and we don't know a lot of business owners. And this is the kind of game that get ran on us as business owners. Other races have business owners, and their uncles and stuff like that. They don't have this stuff ran on them. But with us, this is the type of business mentorship that we get, and the business advice we get. Well, you see a lot of videos. Go just start looking at some of the videos of business owners, and people ask them how they get started in business, and you'll see them say stuff. You'll see them say stuff like that. You have to pray and step out on faith, and that's how you actually that's how they got started in business, or they tell you that's how you need to start on business. You need to pray and go out here and step out on faith, and that's the worst advice you can ever give anybody to try to start a business. Uh, and when I hear business owners say that, especially business owners, when I hear them say that, uh, I know then that they're not going to be in business for long, or somebody else chose them to get into that business. They didn't build it themselves. They were actually chosen by somebody else, and they just got pushed in there, and they don't know how to actually build it themselves, or they're gonna be on their way out a business before it's over with, because they don't know how they got there. They don't know how they got there. Because building a business from scratch, it's just like if somebody was to call you and ask you, "Hey man, I'm coming over to your house tomorrow night. I've never been there before. How do I get there?" You don't tell them what you need to do. You need to before you get in that car, you need to sit down and pray, and then after you finish praying, just step in the car on faith, and you'll get here. You'll get here. You don't give people those type of directions. Well, same thing with a business. If you built them, and you can tell somebody directly how to get to your house. You ask them which way you coming. When you get to this street, you turn left, you turn right. You're gonna drive about 4 miles, and then you're gonna get to Highway 42. You turn here, there. You'll tell somebody how exactly to get to your house. And then if that person calls and say, "Hey man, I don't see your house," You can say you lost. You can tell them how to get back on track to get there. Well, that's the same thing with business. If you build a business, if you truly build your business from scratch, you can easily tell people how to do it because you went down that road. And same thing, if you telling somebody how to do it and they veer off, if they call you, you can easily put them back on track and tell them, hey, you too far off. You need to do this right here and come on back and come this way. And so that's the way I do business, and that's the way everybody else I know to do business does that. Matter of fact, right here, this envelope right here, this is an old man who I bought the popcorn business from, and I asked him for his business plan, and he said nobody never asked him for it. I said, yeah, I asked it. He said, well, I never written. He said I got it all on notebook. I said that's fine, just photocopy it, and I'll pay you for it, and I'll put it in the software version. But here's what he done. He sent me it's all on notebook paper. He photocopied all his business plan. I done read it, and I don't see anything in here that says step out on faith, and I don't see nothing said about praying. It gives me step by step how he ran his business, and that's how a business is. And from there, I know it worked, and because I've done what he's told me to do so far, it works. And that's what he keep telling me. Hey, you got to follow this step by step, or else it's not going to turn out right. I said, okay, that's no problem. I'll do it. So that's the way other people do business. When I bought the ice cream parlor business, it didn't have nothing in there about praying and stepping out on faith. It was step by step. This is where your rent need to be at. This is where you need to buy your flavors from. This is how much flavor you need to put in here. This is how much chocolate you need to put in here. This is what you need to sell it for. It's step by step. When you all come to appliance boot camp, there's nothing I say in there about praying and stepping out on faith. I tell you, you need to go register your LLC. After you register your LLC, you need to go out and get sign up for third-party warranties. Don't buy no insurance until you get your first contract, and then you start hearing people. And now the people who's been through it, they can tell when somebody not following the blueprint. When people start asking, what type of insurance I need to have, you see everybody come, hey man, the contract tell you what type of insurance you need to have. What contract? Have you looked at the videos? No, I haven't. You can tell somebody when they off track, they not on the right track. So now, because I've done this for 15, 20 years, and I've showed y'all the exact same way. Now people coming behind me can tell y'all the exact same way to do it. And they can tell when somebody's off track. And that's why now you notice most of our African-American business are supposedly business owners and billionaires and all this and that. You don't see another Oprah Winfrey. She hasn't built anybody else because Oprah didn't build herself. She was actually chosen to be Oprah Winfrey. She didn't build her network and go out and build her business by herself. She was actually chosen by Richard King and them, and she got placed in there because she don't know how to tell you to build. So that's why she would tell you something like that. You got to have faith and put a vision board up and this and that and this other thing. This is another lie that everybody tells. You got to work hard. I don't know any wealthy person to do any hard manual work. My father worked harder than any man I knew. He worked 3 jobs and couldn't take vacation because he needed to take his vacation at the end of the year and cash that in to buy Christmas present for kids. So working hard ain't never meant nothing. Making no money. I say I work. I'm working hard, but I'm not working hard. I'm not working hard as I did. I don't work as hard now as I did when I was 12 or 13 in the tobacco field. I'm not working hard. I'm here thinking a lot, but I'm not working hard. It's no manual labor. That's why I can be here all night and don't be tired. I ain't out here doing no manual labor. So the stuff they tell us about working hard, that don't work. Same thing about Robert Smith. I like Robert Smith, but he didn't have the capital to start the Vesta in Equity Group. He didn't have the connections. Where he came from and the community he's from and his parents and stuff, they didn't have the connection or the finances to put him in a place where he could become the billionaire. It was his friend, the co-founder. His dad from India and they're from financial and business stuff. So I know his dad coming from India and he here. I know where they're coming from because, like I said, my old business partners, they're from India. I knew what money and stuff they had. So that's where the connection came from. And so when you go at, that's why you don't see another Robert F. Smith, because he didn't build it himself. He wasn't the person who put it all together. So no, he don't know. But the guy who put it together, his co-founder, his dad had done it, and probably that person, and probably his grandfather had done it. So it wasn't no hard stretch for them to put it together. So that's why, like I said, that's why we don't see them building anybody else. And other thing too, uh, they don't. I don't think they know how they achieve their positions. I don't think they really truly know how they got it. So that's why when you see them talking, it's vague. It's these big vague terms that doesn't tell you how to do anything. And the problem is when they do that, especially when they are doing that to us as African Americans, we're looking at them. We don't know, because we don't know anything about how business works. We don't know. It's funny right now. I'm having to teach people how to study and how to do research, because the people who come into appliance boot camp, we're telling them you need to do the pregame, you need to research and you need to study, and they don't know how, because the school system has moved that element out of school, where they give you the answers. You don't go there and look for the answers and come up with no answers on your own. The teachers tell you, the teachers don't have time for you to think. They got to make sure you pass the intergrade test. So they're gonna give you all the answers. When you see this, you hit A. When you see this, you hit B. They give you all the answers, and all you're doing is just trying to memorize the answers. Well, now they're coming over here now to appliance boot camp, and now they have to go out and do some studying. And they say, "What do I study? Where are you gonna study that appliance? How do you do that?" You read everything about the appliance, but what I need to be reading. So now I have a group of people that I'm actually having to go back and show them how to study. That you read this. What I'm looking for. I don't know what you're looking for. That's why you reading it. You reading it so you'll know. So when you get out there, and they, making them get that switch out of their head that is somebody's gonna give you the answer. You don't know. You're going out to an appliance that can't talk to you. It's not like you're a doctor and somebody can tell you my right knee hurting and I fell down and cracked my knee. You don't know. You don't know what's going on with the appliance, but you gotta go back and reverse engineer the appliance and figure it out. And you gotta think. And I love reading the posts that people are putting out there now, where you're seeing people now talking about, hey, I studied all night long. I studied 2 hours that morning. I studied the whole time I got there. When I got there, I was able to knock it out. Or I love the one 89 Dr. Funk had, where he said, hey, guy gave him he had the wrong model and serial number. He had the right model and serial number, but the wrong tech sheet. So he had been studying the wrong thing. When he got there, he realized, oh, it's the wrong thing. But because he knew the foundations of what he needed to do, he knew the foundations. Okay, I got to get the right tech sheet. Then from the tech sheet, he knew how to break it down. Did it take him longer? Yes, it took him longer. But did he get it fixed? Yes, he got it fixed. And that's what I'm saying. Once you learn how to actually approach this stuff and how to actually start thinking, you can fix anything. You can fix that. He came out there, he thought he was prepared, but he found out that he caught a right hook. But he was able to sit there and figure it out because he knew the basics of how to break it down. It just took him longer, but he was able to do it. And that's what I keep telling y'all. You can fix anything. You can fix anything long as you know how to approach it and you got the tech sheet. So people say, well, I never worked on it before. A lot of stuff you're gonna go out there. You ain't gonna never work on it before, but you can look at it and just use a little bit of common sense, and you just use your technical knowledge the basic foundation of technical knowledge that you get from Appliance Bootcamp. You can fix any and everything, but you gotta dedicate yourself to learning this craft. And like I say, I don't know nobody else I don't know any other group that can get sold a business without a business. and we're that group. I see a lot of people selling business courses and stuff now. And I think everybody, if you running a business and you're going to put it out there where you're going to start selling your business, how you actually ran your business. I think that's great to do that. But this thing now where you just selling people, you selling a vague, you selling not actual business. You just selling the concept of running a business to people, especially to us, because like I say, everybody eats off of us because we don't know. We think just because we go register LLC, we got business. We think just because I go get my 5 banking accounts, I got a business. We think all of that stuff, and because we learn a little bit of terminology, we think we have a business when we don't. If you're going to sell a business course, you need to give us a business to put into our hands first. You can't leave it up to us to say, go find out what business we want, because we don't know how to qualify a business of what's a good business or bad business. That's why you see so much in our chats and stuff, people asking, what do I need to do? What type of business should I get into? What's a good business to get into in 2021? All of that type of stuff, because we don't have a true way of going. We don't know enough about business to qualify if a business is good or not for us. So what we have to do when we start selling these courses, especially to us, we got to make sure that we give them a simple business that they can put into their hands to actually get going. Once you give them that one simple business, you'll be surprised at once they get a hang of it, you'll be surprised at the other business that'll spawn off from it. Because now a lot of the alumni who's been in, a lot of y'all, it's amazing. A lot of y'all just coming up on 1 year, and that's still scary. It's still amazing to me. In a year's time, you all are where you all are at. But in a year's time, we are now talking other businesses where people now say, hey, I got $10,000, I'm going to throw at another business. And that's the other thing too, because we don't have a lot of business and don't have any capital in our community and within our families. We don't have the money to play around trying to figure out a good business or not. Everybody else might have the money to play around to figure out if a business is good, if it'll work or not. We don't have that. We barely have the money to get started in something as simple as appliance repair. So with that, I don't have time to pay all this money for a course and then have to figure out what I'm going to do. It's almost like I'm going back to school and going back to school, getting a degree and getting a business management degree or something like that. It's a little bit more in depth because what they do, they'll take you onto forming a business and actually forming it, but you ain't making no money. I don't care how many LLCs you got. If you ain't making no money, it doesn't matter. But with Appliance Bootcamp, we actually give you something that actually start putting money in your pocket. And it's funny to where you all are at now, where I'm seeing some people say, it took me 2 hours to fix something, or an hour and a half to fix something, but you're getting $85 an hour. And so now, but that now staying there an hour and a half, we look at that now as I'm spending too much time there. I need to be up and out. So when I was telling you all at the beginning, when I first came up with Appliance Bootcamp, telling you all it takes 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes to fix something, you all was like, nah, I don't believe it. But now you're starting seeing the alumni. If they there an hour, they upset. Hey, it took me an hour and a half, it took me 2 hours to fix something. Normally now they cracking them out. And so now, even though we're making $85 an hour, it used to be you would tell people, hey man, I'm gonna get paid $85 an hour. I sat here all day for $85 an hour. But now we're thinking like businessmen. Well, we're no longer thinking getting paid by the hour. We're thinking getting paid by the job. You say, hey, I need to knock this job out. I don't care about the being there an hour or something. I need to knock it out quick. You all who got subs, same thing. It used to be when you was working, you wanted to get paid by the hour. You took your time. You stretched the day out. But now you're looking at your subs and say, hey, I gave him that job. He's supposed to be done with that 2 hours ago, and he haven't finished it yet. What is he doing? Because now we're thinking like entrepreneurs and business owners. We're thinking per job. We're thinking flat rate. If I can get in there and get this thing fixed in 15 minutes, I'm not making $85 an hour. Now I'm making $85 every 15 minutes, and I'm going to do another one. So that's the way we start to think. and we're looking at the total cost now of stuff. Where now we're looking at stuff that we're doing, and we're saying it doesn't add up. I'm going to sit at my job all day for $15 an hour. I mean, I could go out and just do 2 service stops every other day and make more money than I would at my job full time. And the extra time that I'm not doing service calls, I need to be working on my business, building up my my leads and building up my clientele. I'd much rather spend it working on my business than working on the other person's business. So now we're starting to think like that, and we're walking away, And like I say, this is supposed to be the worst time ever in the history of the United States. They keep telling us times are bad. They keep telling us that people are going to be losing their jobs and this and that. And like I say, I have never had a bad time in appliance boot camp. I mean, appliance repair. Never. When the worse the economy get, the better this trade get. Right now, my biggest hang up is parts. I'm gonna have to probably go to the scrap yard and start pulling some parts off, because that's my biggest hang up is just parts. I can't find any parts. But other than that, right now we're booking for the 23rd. We booked all the way out to the 23rd. I got maybe 2 spots left for the 23rd, and that's how far we booked out. And people are still calling every day. And this is how great appliance repair is. Now, is appliance repair something where it's just super easy and you ain't got to study and none of that? Nah, that's not it. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to apply yourself. And the thing about this right here, that's great. You get almost instant feedback of the effort that you putting towards your business. It's not like school. If school had an instant feedback like appliance repair and the skilled trades does, I think we might have been valedictorians of our school, because I'm looking at how hard we are studying and putting the effort in. In school, you didn't get it wasn't really no results. No, they told you, you'll get ready. You can go to a great college and this and that. I tell you, I done just enough to get by in high school to get into college, and then when I got into college, same thing. I done just enough to get by. I didn't really apply myself like I had to do in appliance repair. You all are studying all night long. You all are doing all this stuff all night long, and to the point where now you get an instant feedback. When you get out there in front of the appliance, you know that you're ready. And same thing, if you don't study, you know that you didn't study when you get out there in front of the appliance. The appliance is going to let you know, and it ain't nothing nobody can do to tell you. You can't BS your way around fixing that broken, diagnosing the appliance. You got to know what you're doing to diagnose it. 702, you're on. 702, you're on.
Hey, Uncle Mike, this is Marcus out of Las Vegas. How's it going, sir?
Hey, doing good. How you doing, Marcus?
Man, it is a wonderful thing. Just like what you said is absolutely correct. I couldn't work my business and and work their business. Uh-huh. So for me, I quit 2 jobs in this pandemic, and and for me, the nerve of a black man to say no, I don't want to work for you anymore. I'm gonna go kill what I eat. Is that's the look I got from the second person. Like, uh-huh. How you dare you gonna tell me you're gonna quit? But it just has to be done sometimes. You gotta, and at this age, you gotta take a leap out and say, hey, I'm either gonna do it or I'm not, because I've been bullshitting for 30 years now. Mm-hmm. So might as well just get out there and get it. And that the main thing you just said is that appliance is gonna tell you did not study. I've been there, done that, and I and lost money on it. So uh-huh. You look at it, you gotta take your time. Take your time. Now the 2 a day, perfect. I'm full time. I'm doing my thing. I just sent an email to Old Republic. Tell them, send me 5 a day. I'll make it work. Whatever you can't handle, you just don't do. Right. System stuff, take your time to get to that stuff. It's not going nowhere. Everybody, just take your baby steps, get your money, and relax. It's a wonderful thing to know that I got mailbox money coming. I got some money sitting in the bank. I'm good. And they've been taking care of me. I'm setting up for next year for my cash calls, for my COD, for my own marketing, instead of getting leads from everybody else. And then I make sure when you walk into a home warranty, make sure you hand them your business card first. And on your way out, after you collect your service fee, hey, if you need anything else, be sure to call me. I do whatever, anything extra, whatever the case may be. Sell yourself on there. That's you got marketing all that time you're sitting there. So if we don't take advantage of it now, we're going to be left behind. I see how far behind. We're 30, 40 years behind the 8 ball when they say wealth, building up wealth in America. When it don't make no sense. I got a buddy that came from Cuba 25 years ago. He owned 3 trucking companies since he's been here. 20 years. And he came over on a boat and almost drowned. Yep. So, and he spent 2 years in Guantanamo Bay. So they kept him locked up for 2 years until they let him out, fixed him up, sent him out to Kansas City, gave him a loan to go get his own thing going. So if he's going to be here 20 years and I've been here all my life, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? So let's go get it. And I seen Slick out there asking somebody to work for him. Yeah, I was like, even if I did live in North Carolina, I'm going to get my own money. But I appreciate it. And if they don't understand it by now, I don't know what to tell them. Also, let's think about, if you don't mind, put it together for affiliate link. I'm going to start selling this ABC to everybody. I ain't training nobody. You're going to learn it on your own, and then you can work with me for 6 months, and then you can go out there and get it yourself if you want to. If not, be an employee. Some people are made for it. Some people are not. I am not at the age where I can ask a grown man, can I go to lunch anymore? It's not going to happen. So I appreciate it. How's that? Did you use that DeWalt drill they got you yet?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have to admit that DeWalt drill is great on the construction site. I've been using. You might see I got on my construction uniform today. We've been doing the electrical at my rental property, and we're hanging the air conditioning units and stuff. Yeah, I will admit that DeWalt drill is if I got something real heavy, I got a drill and stuff, I'm grabbing that DeWalt. It's good. It's good.
Good stuff. Also, if you're gonna, hopefully you're still gonna do something about the taxes, because with this 5 checking accounts, I got to dump some money somewhere before.
Yeah, well, I got to figure that out. I got to figure that out because unfortunately, we have people sometimes we might have people who might put some of that information out there, and I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Hey, we can create our secret society. We ain't got to be Illuminati. We could be another version of the Masons and have our own information. And like I say, and let me say this: the people who are doing that, who are taking the information and going back to, I don't know. I don't know if it's true sabotage or just not knowing. And like I say, I've been chalking it up to the fact that it used to be if somebody try to bully you, you bust them in the nose or he busts your nose and then y'all shake hands and it's over with. But now they tell you if somebody bullying you, you go tell the teacher, and then they have to go to this type of training, not the sensitivity, and they can't bully you and this and that. So these people now have grown up to where now if something doesn't go their way, they look for somebody in authority that they can tell. So they're actually now reporting people to the third-party warranty companies. I know I've for a year now, they've been sending my information and stuff that I say to the third-party warranties. I don't care because I do mainly COD, so I don't care. So, but I'm afraid now that if I put some of that information out, they might try to send some of that stuff to the tax man and stuff like that. So I'm kind of, everybody told me to just hold off because just hold off for right now, and I gotta find a better way. Even if I was to put it in the course, I don't know if it's people in the course doing. I don't know who it is. So I gotta find a better way to get that information out. The best thing to do is to get that book, the textbook, and go through that, and just find everything you can write off.
Absolutely, that's what I'm going to do. But you're absolutely correct. It's just it's a different breed out there. before your cousins and your family, if you was out there whining about somebody bullying, you take your ass back outside and handle it. Don't come back in here crying.
Yeah.
And it sucks because everybody wants somebody to blame. Only person I can blame if this fails is me. That means I didn't get off my ass. I didn't look at applianceology. I didn't look at something. I didn't train myself, because whatever we do, if I sat there and said, even if I was an engineer or working when I was going to go into coding, if I didn't practice on my own, I'm not going to get any better. Sitting at the 8 hours, some good BS, I'm trying to get out of it. But if I didn't take 30 minutes a day and practice something, I'm not getting better. So if we don't, as a people, as a black man, get off your ass, get this money, and do better for your family, because they're not going to do it for you. I don't care who is the president. I like listening to that stuff, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you immediately. What affects you immediately is what you do. What actions you create is what you get the results from, not what you vote for immediately. That's down the line. So this is a wonderful thing. Like I was telling my girl yesterday, if I'd have known this 22 years ago, or even 4 years ago, I would have been so on point. They couldn't have told me nothing. But now they still can't tell me nothing. It's funny. It's a wonder. And my girl, she's a nurse. I make just about as much as her in a day, and she had to go to school all these damn years.
Yeah.
So, and I'm at home before she gets home, and she gets tired of that. But hey, she can come on over here too if she wants to. At some point, that may have to happen. But I appreciate you guys. Understand that we got to keep some things close to our chest, because we don't know who listening and who running their mouth. So I appreciate you. I'll holler at you some other time and get that info.
Okay. All right. That'll work.
All right. I appreciate you, brother, man.
All right. But yeah, like I say, some stuff we gotta be a little bit more gotta be a little bit more mindful of the stuff that we're putting out there now. Like I say, you all are and that's another thing too with appliance boot camp. I showed a little bit of the deposits and stuff every once in a while. I ain't done it in a long time, but it's you all making the money. It's not like the other courses where the person who's selling the course is constantly showing the money and showing them in business. It's you all who are starting the business. You all who are getting the checks. And that pissed people off when y'all done that. But if I was the only one doing it, the only one that had the money, I was the only one that was out here prospering off of it. For some reason, we're okay with that. To aspire, I think what happens if I'm the only person who's making money and the only person aspiring and doing well, it doesn't really hold you accountable. It doesn't really. I guess it don't really hurt those people because they say, well, he's the only one who's doing it, and ain't nobody else doing it. Everybody else down here is struggling just like I am. So yeah, I'll let Mike Sneak go on because he just got it lucky. So they can write it off there. But when they start saying, hey, this guy, I knew that guy. He called in and now look, he's putting checks out there. I remember this guy a month or two ago. He was asking how to get started. Now he putting checks out there. I mean, they saw all these people coming up. They saw these people making money. They see the guy putting out videos where they're out there running their business. No, it ain't some of the stuff where people out there just scamming and I don't have nothing wrong with a multi-level marketing or any of that. I don't do it. But if those people want to do it, it won't none of that. It won't none of that stuff where you get dressed up in a suit and everybody got 5 fingers they putting up and the person on stage and getting all the money. Everybody trying to be like them. It won't none of that. It was this person. You see this person going out there fixing stuff. They got on work clothes like I got on work clothes. You see them putting their vans together. You see them putting their tools together. And I think that just made people have to really look deep down inside of themselves. And they got angry about it. They just got angry about it and didn't like it. They just didn't like it. And from there, that's when I think a lot of the hate started to come out. And that's when they started doing that. Like I said, they've been doing me like that for a long time. But now the people who are actually the alumni that's actually trying to come back and give back and show them, now they are actually doing that to them too. So with that, a lot of the alumni now are are kind of pulling back until they can get people vetted out. And I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame them one bit to kind of vet people out. But like always, like I tell them, just tell them to call me or send me the email. I don't mind if they do bad stuff, write me bad reviews and stuff like that. I don't care 2 cents about it. So someone just call me and I can take care of it. Like I had one guy, I had to talk to him and he gonna tell me what I it's that's another thing too. I want to say this. I was talking to Brandon from TMM not too long ago, and he said something that really stuck with me. He said people don't realize that COVID ain't gonna be here always. You gonna want to you can't come out here and talk slick to everybody, and think you can hide behind the internet. Because eventually, one day, you're gonna want to come to Ashley's. You're gonna want to show up to something that's going on, and when COVID's over with, you're gonna want to come out there, and you gotta be mindful of what you're saying to people. Because I remember when the third party warranty companies, they used to have the same kind of conventions and stuff like the Asties. They would have their own convention, American Home Shield. They would take us out to Las Vegas. They'll take us out to Dallas, Texas. You'll stay for a week. It'll be just like the Asties. Just American Home Shield put that on for the contractors. And I seen somebody get mopped up in the floor out there. A plumber was talking slick across the. I guess back then, the two plumbers had some words, and he caught him. He caught him out there at the bar when we was in Dallas, Texas, and yeah, he took it out on him. So same thing. You gotta be careful who you talking slick to, and even know who you talking slick to. I ain't calling the names, but I seen somebody talking slick to to one of the directors of USA. And I couldn't. I was wondering, does he even know that guy position? No, he's one of the industry leaders, and he's talking slick to him. You don't burn those bridges. Not when you're just getting started. And this guy comes off of generations of appliance repair and has done a lot. His family and them have done a lot in the industry, and you're gonna get the whole industry to come down on you. Not only the industry, you got manufacturers and everybody who hold them in high regards, and you doing something slick like that. But I had some guy that get slick with me, and I had to tell him, you don't tell me what to do. No, before I let somebody tell me what to do, I won't do nothing. So he asked me when I was going to do something. I said, when I think you don't learn your lesson, I do it then. But up until then, don't call me back. I'm not going to do it until. And then he still was trying to talk slick. Well, you got to wait a little bit longer. I ain't going to do it now. But yeah, that's the thing. People think they can hide behind the internet and this and that. It ain't gonna be COVID all the time, like Brandon said. One day you got to come out and you got to see everybody again, and you want to come out and be able to walk out peacefully out to the conventions and stuff. So you gotta be mindful of that. So don't do that and just think you're gonna be able to hide behind the internet because this is a small community that we're in. Because you all are noticing that now. Everybody seems to know everybody in this industry. And everybody, you don't want to make bad enemies in this industry because it's too small. Because it's really small now because of Facebook and the internet and YouTube. Everybody knows everybody, and you don't want to get out here and cause no enemies for no reason. So I would advise being mindful to everybody and don't do that. Don't do that. And another thing too that I want to say too with us, I think appliance boot camp, and not just appliance boot camp, but the appliance repair industry, the service industry, appliance repair. We are different than the other courses that people are actually selling. Other starting businesses from scratch and all that. Um, because like I say, it's the one of the few businesses that you don't have to you don't have to know how to market. You don't have to start off learning how to market. It don't cost a lot of money to get started. The payout is great. There's a lot of money to be made. It's a high demand for our services. So once you get going, it doesn't take long for you to branch out. like I say, a lot of these guys now got subs. You see people looking for other subs. Um, uh, and it's not much more I can say about appliance repair. It's just great. And right now, what they talking about, 2021 is going to be real bad and this and that. I didn't even thought about 2021. People keep talking about people going to be losing their houses, and people going to be cars going to get repossessed and this and that. I haven't even thought about it. I haven't even thought about it. Right now, Christmas coming up. Um, my sister-in-law just texted me a few minutes ago and told me what my wife wanted. What my wife does, she always say, if Sneed asks you what I want, tell him to get me this. So she texted me. She said, Norma says she wants this right here for Christmas. And I remember prior to getting into appliance repair, those first couple of years, the first 2 years was married. Was it two? No, the first year, I had 1 year before we got. I had 1 year, not two. I can't remember how many years we had before I actually got into the appliance repair. But I remember that first 1 or 2 years before we got an appliance repair. Christmas came around, man. That wasn't a joyful time because I ain't had no extra money to do anything. I ain't had no extra money to buy anything for Christmas. So with that was a bad time, and you was actually it was stuff I wanted to get her, but I couldn't get my wife because I didn't have the extra money to get it. So you actually had to go around and budget shop and this and that. Versus now, she pretty much tells my sister-in-law what she wants, then my sister-in-law tells me. And today my sister-in-law told me, she said, Norma has it blessed. And I was like, what are you talking? She has a great husband. Oh, okay. So I thought that was great. I told her I couldn't believe she said that. But yeah, for now, you all who are in appliance repair, your girlfriends, baby mama, people playing side piece, Santa Claus, and all that, y'all they're gonna have some great Christmases this time around because you got the money to do it. You got the money to really set it off and have a great time. And it's not a time where you be worried about. This is a time where you're gonna have fun and enjoy it. Take the inner quarter, come out, take that money, go buy some stuff. All right, we're gonna read a couple of what we got going on, and then we're gonna get out of here. And like I say, tonight I'm not picking on anybody's religion, but I've seen that so many times where people just say, just pray and step out on faith. I got a young man. He's not a young man. He's an older guy. If he's watching, I hope he. I'm not saying this right here to belittle you or to pick. But when I first got here, he was one of the ministers. Him and I used to talk quite a bit. Unfortunately, he's been sick here lately, and he actually got put into a home. And I was always telling him entrepreneurship. You need to be teaching people how to. I don't know if they're. You believe what you want. I don't know if you're gonna get some wings and be flying around in the sky. I don't know if you're gonna get thrown into a pot and burn. I don't know any of that. But I do know you got to pay your rent, and I do know you got to eat. I know that for sure. And so, but I was telling him the church need to teach more entrepreneurship and get us more into business, and not so much trying to get us ready to go into heaven. That was one of the things I was complaining about. I don't know if God gonna allow you in the, you've been preparing to die all this time. From the time that I was 9 or 10 years old, I was forced to go to church and get prepared for when I die. But ain't nobody told me about no life insurance policy that. So then when it come time for you to die, you ain't took care of your stuff you need here. I don't know if God will let you in. He said, man, you didn't even get no life insurance policy. They got to have a fund me to put you in the ground. So all that stuff we'll never talk. And I was telling him to do that, and that was one of the things he told me. He was like, "You don't worry about that. You let the other people worry about your race." Unfortunately, he had a stroke, and he's in a home right now, and I call and check on him from time to time, and I don't have a problem with him taking him stuff and this and that, but he's in a place where he needs some help. He wanted something as simple as a box of Cracker Jacks the other day. So I took him some of my popcorn and stuff like that. I have no problem with doing that. But if I could have got to him, if somebody would have gotten to him early on in his life and told him, okay, when you get to a certain age, you don't need life insurance anymore. You should have built enough assets by the time you get to about 55, 60, where now you need to start preparing for when your health start to deteriorate. So you can whatchamacall, you can you can you can have somebody come into your house and take care of you. You don't have to go to no rest home. You don't want to be in no rest home. You don't want to be in a rest home. You want to be able to have enough resources where it's not a burden on your family, where you can actually then pay for somebody to come in and actually take care of you without being a burden on your family and stuff. So he's there, and one of the things he want to do, he wants, and I don't mind doing it. Want somebody just to call and just ask the people, just ask the front desk about him, so they'll take care of him. So they'll know people are caring about him and just won't leave him there to drift off. And I thought that was very sad, that you have to end that way. You don't spend all your life preparing to get into heaven and to die, and you got to take these last few. I don't know. He might come back out of it and do well, but I don't want to spend my time laid up in no rest home with not by my family and stuff like that, and have to depend on strangers to take care of me. I want to be able to spend my last time like my grandfather did, amongst my family and stuff, and not be a burden on my family. Be able to still be able to provide for myself and stuff, and be able to give money to people who come in and give me assistance. So that's the way I would like to go. All right. Uh, Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how you doing, DCNF? Okay. Lemonade 77. Okay. Warren Davis. Hey, what's going on? Dale Scott. Because we don't read. Hey, how you doing? 678, you're on. 678, you're on. How you doing? 678. Oh,
Peace
yeah,
over,
come on
Mike.
in.
What's going on?
Oh, hey, how you doing? Because we don't read.
I'm good. What a show tonight, man. What a show tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, we've been feeling the same way. We've been feeling the same way. Like, there's even a question in the conversation now about, what do we this or what do we that, even though it's found directly in the class. And really, it does get agitating answering y'all questions, but we love you, so we want you to succeed. But really, all the answers that you need is in the course if you just watch the course. If you ain't watched the course 5 times and you pay $850, you're a fool for wasting your money.
yeah.
So that's on. But, it's called the pressure system, sir, the pressure system. And this is the system of schooling that is taught to everyone in this country, and it has not changed since the 1700s. And so they teach you how to get a job. They don't teach you how to get a business. That's why everything is so foreign to us when we're trying to grasp what it is that you're doing. They teach us to be employees. You teach us to be an employer. I've said that multiple times, and I beg people just to define those words. You don't have to believe me. You can Google it. You're teaching us to be masters. Employer means master. Employee means servant. Servant means slave. So it's just simple, sir. And we never grew up, especially our family. We're not in a chain anymore. You're in an economic chain. But they done got so nasty with chains that they put the chains on white folk, black folk, Mexican folk, whoever want to bear the pressure system. You can go be an employee if you like. And so they just hating because you're helping the sheeple outside of the pen, outside of the pressure of this. Oh, let's believe everything on TV. The world's breaking down, but I'm making more money in my business than I ever have. In the middle of this, also, by the way, I'm doing a position that's an essential personnel, so I ain't gonna stop even if everything else do fall. You need me because you can't keep clean from Corona or Ebola or whatever the name they change it to this year. They still need me. They still need you. I was just talking to a young man about how powerful the trade system is, and for these religious heretics, you ain't reading the full Bible in the first place. I'm sorry to tell you. But the book you got is missing something called an apocrypha, which is a whole section of the Bible that you don't even know. You don't know who it is you worship. The Bible say the man is black. And Daniel 10:6, you got somebody on your wall that don't look like what's in your book. So let's just keep it real, okay? They taught you how to make it when you dead, as if you already dead. They ain't teaching you in the book what the book tell you to start a business. It ain't the book tell you start a business. All in the whole second half of the book, nobody read that because the organization you went to every Sunday tells you how to be a slave, tell you how to be dead, tell you about the buy and buy. Uncle Mike don't want to tell you.
Oh, God,
the book
Lord,
says you
yes. Yes.
The book you supposed to I wish that you prosper even as your soul prosper. That means he want my body to get this money. So you telling me I'm supposed to be in here crying, talking about the law, I can do it. But he said he only helped those who help themselves. For y'all love the child that helps us that's got his own. And so they don't like what you're doing, sir. That's why it's 120 people in here, but 50 likes. Who are these 70 people that's always in this doggone class every time we have it and always hating just because we're doing something positive? It must be something in some secret organization or some individual that does not want you to stop being an employee. They don't want you to be an employer. They want you to stay an employee. You ain't doing nothing but positivity. You ain't did nothing but bless over 200 to 300 people's lives. Not even 200 to 300. All of the children. You've touched more than 10,000 people's souls because of the children who I take care of the four children. You're not touching only me. You had 5 in my family. It's about 8 people that are not already blessed because of what you have done. So I don't care what they're talking about. Sir, continue to do great things. We want to learn everything that you got to teach us because I'm the course buyer. I done bought all the courses. I got Tide Capital courses. I got all these other courses and they're beautiful and they fine and some of them work great. But your course taught me directly by following simple steps to put $255 in my pocket on one day when I worked like a slave for that for 4-5 days, dealing with people talking to me crazy because I didn't clock in at 9:01, even though they was late.
Yeah.
You'll tell me to come to work all week, Uncle Mike, but be late with my check on Friday.
Yeah.
So you wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Yeah. You mad at a man to teach you to make $1,000 a day, but you okay with dealing with a system that will make you work for a week and be late with your check. You a fool, and there's nothing to do with you. So y'all gonna leave him alone. All you pastors read your Bible. The Bible tells you to start a business anyway. It tell you that in the New Testament, but y'all don't read the Bible. You just go in there, he and who and hum. Don't give it to him. This ain't the man for it. This man, the Most High, sent for us to create business and to change our community and change our families. And we love you and we appreciate you. So don't worry about none of that, Uncle Mike. You're doing a great job. Please continue to do what you're doing. If you want to throw 4-5 more businesses like you've done, and I only pay $850 for, but I got 5 or 6 working businesses for, you keep doing your thing. We're going to keep working hard. We're going to let these 60 people continue to watch and hate. You can hate over there. We need your hate. Because I see it's 120 of you, but you can't click a doggone button that don't even cost you no money, and you come every week. You come twice a week, so we ain't worried about them. I'm tired of trying to uplift them, sir, and tell them you can do it because they just don't want to. They want to believe what the TV's saying, and they want to do that. So we got to let everybody everybody should be a boss, but everybody don't want to be a boss, Uncle Mike. But I appreciate, love you and your family, and I hope that I don't celebrate no Christmas because he wasn't born in December. He was born in September.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Yeah.
But that's just reading that's going to help somebody even understand. But again, that's in this web of lies. And the truth is treason in an empire of lies and liars. So I just thank you for showing me the truth that I can charge somebody $85 and they ain't going to tell me no. They're going to be happy that I said that.
Yeah.
And that's a thing to me. So anyway, I love you. Hey, shout out to the ABC fam. Y'all keep on doing your pregame. Young people in the ABC fam, do your pregame. The whole game is knowing how to break it down, knowing how to find out what's wrong, knowing how to put it together. And that's your pregame, man. So we love you and we thank you. And continue to do what you're doing, sir. Holla at me later, sir. I'll holla at you, sir.
Okay, thanks.
All right, sir. Peace.
Okay. Yeah, kind of piggyback on what because you don't read said. Yeah, it's funny that's the mentality people have. Like me, I don't care who the president is. I'll be honest, I don't care 2 cents. I made money up under every president, so it don't matter. If whoever the president going to get this one, I still make my money ain't going to change. But people get mad. It's like, for instance, when Donald Trump came out and they found out he didn't pay any taxes, people got mad because he didn't pay taxes, and they weren't mad because nobody didn't tell them how not to pay taxes. They were mad because they felt like they wanted him to be punished because he didn't pay taxes. Instead of you learning how to actually not pay taxes, you don't want to know that. You get more enjoyment out of seeing somebody else suffer than to see yourself win. And that's where we're at right now, where people now, where you can tell people that they can start their own business, and I can tell them they can start their own business, and I can teach them how to start their own business. But they're at the point where they're so brainwashed where they don't want that. They'll have every excuse in the world of why you can't start your own business. Going back to some of the ministers, and it ain't just one or two ministers. So if one of you all are watching tonight, I'm not singling you out. I talk to a bunch of ministers right here on this little stage every day and out in the public. I talk to a bunch of them. But several of them would like to come to appliance boot camp. They would love to come and start their own appliance repair business. But they don't think that the church will allow them. They think it will look bad upon them and as the minister of the church out here working. And even though they ain't making enough money to pay their bills and stuff, and they struggling, they don't think it would look right, and they worried about what their members would say if they actually went out here and started their own business. So I've been trying to work with several of them to actually help them make some extra money to make some so they can go out here and catch up on the bills and stuff. Because if the church members find out that some of the financial hardships they're in, they're gonna really think bad, even though the church ain't paying them no money. So and I've told several of them that's why they need to start a business. You need to start your own business so that you can be truthful and speak the truth. If you start I don't. If you're a minister and you depending upon the church to that church or whoever it is to pay your salary so you can support your family, you can't really minister to them, I don't think, truthfully, because what keeps you from telling the truth might be the fact that you might lose your job, and you got to think, okay, I got to tell them somewhat of what they want to hear, because if I go too far and really tell them what they need, then they're gonna really get mad, and they really gonna want to get rid of me, and I won't have a job. Versus if you're actually self-sufficient like we are right now, you can tell somebody whatever you want. I could tell that guy, hey, forget you. I do it when I get ready, and I don't care if he gets mad or anything, because I'm okay. I don't need him to actually support my family, so I can be truthful. I can say what I want to say and don't have to worry about the repercussion of somebody coming out here saying anything. So that's why you can really tell people and instruct people. Because I admit, my first mentor that I had, I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was arrogant. I thought he was short with people, and all that stuff. And a lot of times we talk junk. The people that he was, I'm gonna be honest, if he's looking at, sorry man, but the people he was mentoring us, and we would get together. Behind his back and try to find all his shortcomings. This, because we wanted to break him back down to us, to our level, to where we was at. But I didn't really appreciate him until maybe a couple of years later, after he had moved on and stopped mentoring us, and I had started to ascend and get to where he was at. Then I knew. Then I said, okay, yeah, he was right. And it was just our mindset trying to pull him back down into that. And that's the same thing you having now with the people who come through appliance boot camp, people who watch, and like before, because we don't read, said, you got a lot of people watching. A lot of people watching, they're watching not to learn and understand, but they're watching so they can go and critique and try to find and kick holes in it, which is good, because I need them to keep me honest and stuff. But it works. Regardless of who delivered the message, I delivered the message, but it works. I know it works, and we got living proof that it does work. And it's not just working for me, it's working for all these other guys who have came through too. So then they get mad at those guys. So that's why they get mad now and start to attack those people who are actually doing really well, because the same thing. They say, okay, it don't bother Sneed that what we're doing and saying and stuff. Maybe I'll go attack them. Me, I don't care. I'm at the point now. I do not care. I'm at the point where it doesn't matter to me. Honestly, God, it doesn't matter not one bit to me. I don't have to impress anybody or anything now. It doesn't matter to me not one bit. And because that's another thing too. I was talking to one of the alumni. This right here, coming into this not appliance, but coming into not the appliance world, because like I say, dealing with the Asties and dealing with the appliance world until lately, till recently, it was straight up people in there, and it was people. They were straight up. Recently, it's a lot of rush of people coming in just looking at the money, and you get some people. You get a lot of these people doing all this crazy stuff, trying to send people bad reviews, trying to report trying to report business owners to the. They call companies to report the person who owned the business to the company. You get all that stuff. You didn't get none of that stuff 5 or 10 years ago. Everybody, if somebody was a millionaire, they was a millionaire. They ain't have to try to lie about it or anything or fake it. But getting into this YouTube stuff, Jesus Christ, I don't seen so many people that I thought were legit business owners or legit doing stuff that I can see. You start to see, dang, it's fake. It's fake, but unfortunately, most of the people can't figure it out because most of the people can't figure it out because we don't know. We don't have nothing to judge a business owner by. No, I don't have nothing to judge who really got money. We haven't seen nobody who really has money. We haven't seen what they do, and so we don't know. We think the person who drive the Lambo, we think the person who got the Ferrari, we think he got money. I have yet to see one of these millionaires that I meet that I not meet, but that I know personally every day. I have yet to see them with anything like that. I have yet to see any of them in a suit. I've never seen that of any of those. Quite a few of them now drive Teslas. I know 2 millionaires that drive Teslas, but most of them just drive ordinary cars, vehicles, trucks. I don't see any of that flash. None of them are married to no supermodels or anything like that. I don't know any. Their wives are just probably, if you were to rate them, probably a 6 or a 7. But they're nice women. They don't have no supermodels, and their wives are very outspoken. They're not disrespectful, but their wives speak their minds. None of them is this submissive person, don't do anything and just beckon to their turn. None of that. And so when I see the people say that, I'll be wondering who they talking about, because the people that I know these people. It's not like that. It's not like that. And like I say, I go. The other day I was in a meeting with I mean, maybe 4 millionaires, multi-millionaires. We've got major companies. One person, if I said, you probably know that company. It's a worldwide company. Him and I are friends, and I'm sitting there talking. Hey, he dressed like I'm dressed now. It wasn't nothing spectacular about it. We're at a place, and I stopped in to grab a sub, and he was getting a pizza, and we sat down and talked, and then 2 more of our friends popped in, and we talked. And it was nothing like that. It's nothing like that. So but what happens with us and with the younger crowd, I thinking, we look at that stuff and we think that's where that's the person who got the money. I'm gonna tell you, God knows I gotta be careful with this. The person who's really got the money, they're going to be the person. They early on when you first get money, when you first come into money, you'll go do the stupid stuff like you see the rappers do. You'll go buy jewelry, you'll go buy cars and all that stuff. When you first really start to get into money, you'll go do that stuff. But at our age, when you see so I be careful. At 48, I've done that. So that right there, I don't have a desire to do that anymore. You start to think more about your legacy. You thinking more about and not only your legacy with your family and stuff. You start to look at the picture as a whole. I go out and I'm looking at the picture as a whole. I'm looking at the Hispanic community. They got 3 grocery stores here. And their grocery stores, everything is in Spanish there. They got maybe 40, 50 people working there. I mean, it's marvelous. It's not as big as Harris Teeter and Food Line, but it's theirs. And it caters to their food. I'm going to go do a video there. So that's what when their people in their 40s and 50s, their business owners in their 40s and 50s start to really make money. Like now, I'm I'm getting close to 50. I'm 48. And I'm now starting to make more money than I ever made in my life. I'm not going out here and buy no Lambo or nothing like that. I got to get out here and start building a legacy and start buying cash producing assets to actually make it to the next step, so that everybody else can see this is how you do it, and get other people to do it. I'm not. It'd be wasteful for me to take the money. It'd be totally wasteful for me to take the money that I'm making now and go buy a Lamborghini. Not saying that Lamborghini is not nice. If you got the money and stuff, fine. If you got the money and you got everything else in place, fine. As African Americans, we ain't got shit in place. So you ain't got no business buying no Lamborghini. We got too much stuff to need to be doing. And it becomes wasteful. I'm not saying you got to be the savior for all of African Americans, but we just got too much work to be done that we don't need a Lamborghini right now. We need grocery stores. We need you to really start teaching what you know and how you got there to the next people behind you. We need hospitals. We need everything. We need everything. And it's not time for now to be out here and flex. It's time now. If you get the money and stuff now, it's time to move to the next level. The next level is start building up communities. That's what the person does where I'm at right now, where now it's time for me to actually start teaming up and trying to build a community, learn how to build a community again. That's where my resources go. So you ain't gonna see me flexing with no Ferrari, no Lamborghini and stuff like that. That stuff is gone. You're not gonna see me tricking it off, as they say. I'm 48, been married 20 years. You know, it is what it is right now. So and so you're getting into the next stage of life. Now, is marriage hard and all that? Yeah, hell yeah. Marriage is super hard. It don't get no easier the longer you've been married, but you have to stay there and keep doing it so your kids and grandkids can see that's the way it's supposed to be. That you just don't throw somebody off, and you just don't throw people off and pull somebody else in because it's a lot easier. Nah, I don't want to be. I got one child out of wedlock. I'm not gonna have a whole bunch of blended families and stuff like that. I don't want that. I don't want that. So all this stuff, and to think it at our age where we starting to make money and now we're running and trying to go trick it off on girls and stuff. You do that in your 20s. You don't do that in your 40s and 50s. Now is the time you're supposed to be a wise man and you're supposed to be now doing counsel. I should not have been trying to that older gentleman that I was telling you about. I actually helped him start his first business, his first LLC. I helped him start his first LLC. He was so proud of that, and I was proud too that he started his first business with me. But he was supposed to be mentoring me. I wasn't supposed to be mentoring him. He should have been mentoring me. When I go to these meetings and stuff, I'm flying blind when I'm coming out here trying to buy property, trying to develop property. all this stuff. I'm flying blind. I don't have no mentorship that anybody can actually from my people. They can pull me to the side and say, "This is how you do this, Sneed," or "Sneed, you come run with us, and then and I'll show you how to do it." I don't get that. We don't have that. We don't have. I'm flying blind, and I bump my head from time to time because I don't know. But I'm making it so that you all don't have to do it coming up. And this thing where now where our supposedly the people, our business leaders, instead of them building now, bonding, they keep talking about bonding the community and building the community back. Now, the people that you all are putting your money to and entrusting your money to, you guys see where they putting the money at. Are they taking that money, putting it back into building you all and getting you all to the next level and stuff? That's what got to be done. It ain't for them to just take the bag and run. You know, you give them that bag, you give them your money, hoping that they're creating something more for you and for your kids and people come behind you and taking us to the next level. That's what I'm doing. Like I said, don't necessarily mean everybody have to do it, but I think that's where uh, my responsibility lies. If you all are giving me money, to take that money and to go out and to build stuff that we can be proud of. I'm so proud that I've had like 5 people come through this the last 2 weeks. They catch me in the ice cream parlor from time to time, and they come up and talk. And people from South Carolina, Florida, had one person from Maryland. They coming through and they come in and say, "Oh, I think I see you here. Oh, hey, how you doing? I think they somebody local." I say, "You live right here?" "Nah, I'm passing through." And we decided we're gonna stop in and see the school and get some ice cream. But that's the stuff that I love that we were able to put that there, and we had a destination for people to come through and actually put their hands on it and see the little town that I'm trying to build back up. Come in and sit down, have some ice cream, get to actually see what we're doing versus I'm taking your money and you don't have no way to get in contact with me. You don't have no way you can actually talk to me directly. You don't have no way to actually go set and put your hands on anything that I'm putting together for you all. I'm just taking all the money and blowing it on myself. Nah, I can't be like that. I gotta have something for you all to come through and say, hey, uh, I came to appliance boot camp, or I bought the course, or I'm watching the videos, and this is where that guy's shooting it from. Where you can actually come in and everybody can come and actually feel it and touch it. So once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm about 15 minutes over. Um, I'll be back. So what is G-Man? They building for their own culture. We don't have a true culture anymore. Uh, yeah, 60. Yeah. Yeah, they building for the uh, they building for their own culture. I think what happens because men because our what happened is the fact that our family structure, I think, has just got so splintered, so bad, that that's what happens. You have now where men in their 40s and 50s who that used to be your grandparents, that was your grandfather. Now and your grandmother, people, girls and women in their 40s and 50s would have been your grandmothers. Those guys and girls, they're actually still doing stuff that people should have been doing in their early 20s. It's we don't know what grandfathers, and we don't know what fathers, and we don't know what mothers supposed to do and whatnot. So there's stuff that they should have got out their systems in their early 20s and stuff. They didn't get it out their system. They're still doing it in their 40s and 50s. And that's bad for I think that's really bad for men, because what happened for you to get a real perspective on life as a man, you need to go through all those stages. You need to go through that stage of running a bunch of women and being crazy in your early 20s. You need to go through the stage of rearing a family. I ain't not just paying child support, but where you there every day and you and your wife and you there with your kids every day, growing, getting them to grow up. And then you need to get to the stage where hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, where I will be, where you become the grandparent, where you now are counseling and passing your legacy on. But what happened now, we got people in their 40s and 50s talking about getting married and starting a family. No, so that no, that's 20, 30 years behind. They should have done that. They're gonna do that. Yeah, you probably can do it, but I don't think it's the best way to do it at that age, because you have to it, it takes a lot of energy and stuff to raise kids. And I know necessarily I don't want to be raising no kids at 48. I know doggone well I ain't got the energy to do it now. I ain't got the patience to do it now. But would I have if I had grandkids? Could they come stay for a little while with granddaddy and grandma? Yeah, I like that. But I don't be getting up every day changing no pampers and buying no milk and dropping nobody off and picking nobody up from daycare. I'm past that. Ain't much babysitting in me for that. But I will. And the men that we have just they just they flying blind just like I am. Everybody's flying blind. They have no grandparents. They ain't have no grandfather in their life. They ain't have no father in their life. No, it just totally shambles. That what we got here and trying to put back together. But anyway, once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you hadn't already, go to Appliance Bootcamp and purchase the course. Get out here. Don't let 2021 catch you unprepared, because from what they say, if you working a job or you depending on somebody else to provide for your employment and stuff, you might have a rough time in 2021. You come here to Appliance Bootcamp and learn how to start your own appliance repair business. You can get past any rough times that they can come your way in 2021. Believe me, I don't seen just about everything that can come through, from the pandemic to dot-com burst to housing burst. I don't seen all of it, and only way I know something is going bad, I have to look at the news. Other than that, I haven't been able to tell it. So once again, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll be talking to you all on Thursday.